area. The factory takes delivery of the raw material and stores it in the warehouse. Workers prepare the raw material by doing a rough grind of the material edges to ensure that both edges are straight. They then carry the base material to the workstation beside the welding machine to facilitate transfer when required. The workers load the base material onto the machine, ensuring that the ends are aligned. Once the material is loaded, the machine's hydraulics clamp down on it to prevent any movement. Before welding begins, the welding bit is checked and replaced if required. The machine starts and the welding bit begins to spin at high speed. The worker positions and zeroes the bit and initiates the welding process. The principle behind friction stir welding is the use of heat generated from the friction between the weld bit and the base material. The base material is softened and stirred together by the spinning bit, joining them together as it cools. Workers monitor the entire length of the weld for any errors. Once the weld is completed, the machine returns home and the hydraulics are released. Workers shift the plate inward to add more material, or to be removed from the other end. Once a plate has been welded to size with the corresponding number of pieces, it is transferred to the cutting machine. Workers cut off the leading edge and a small excess of material for testing purposes. The plate is then moved to another area where workers file off the residual material from the weld. The plates are then stacked alternating top down and bottom up to maximize the use of space. Excess material from the completed plates are used for a series of tests. First, the worker cuts the welded sections of the material into work pieces. He then mounts one of the strips onto the testing machine where it is pulled until it breaks. The testing machine measures the forces throughout the process and the results are computed and graphed by software. Next, the worker carries out a bend test on two of the work pieces. One from the welded side of the plate where the weld bit entered, and another from the flush side of the plate. These three tests ensure that every plate produced meets the minimum strength requirements. This concludes the process of producing